Alright, so let's continue on with the orthographic projection, and we're going to start taking some of the other lessons we learned and putting it all together. So the very first thing, I have my views. So I have my front, top, bottom, right, left, and my back view. The next thing is, here's my 3D drawing of it, the orthographic view of it. I have dimensions, 0.99, 1.00, 1.01. So I know it's going to be in decimals. I also know that it's in 2-point decimal. So that's very important to know. If I were to walk over here to my tolerances and I were to read it, and it said 2 place and 3 place, whatever my 2 place tolerance is the one I'm going to use. So if my tolerance was 0.05 plus or minus, then all of these would apply to that. If my 3 point said plus or minus 0.001, it would not apply to these because these are a 2-point decimal system. It's very important to remember that. Next, what is this? Well, I look at my title block. It's a cube. That's just the name of the part. If I was talking to my engineer, or if I was talking to the supervisor, something like that, I'd be like, hey, I need questions about part 11A009. So there's my part number. The next thing is, all right, I'm building this. I can make this out of steel, aluminum, copper, wood, plastic, glass, anything. What am I making it out of? What is my actual material? Aluminum. So it's important to remember that. So, here we go, we got it. Let's start putting it all together. First things first, let's go with our front view. Right here, I look over, and I got a circle. Put that circle in the middle. Next, what is my height and what is my width? So look at my height. Remember, I'm going to put extension lines out, and then I'm going to put my dimension lines. I look over, 1.01. If I were to come over to the other side, it'd be the same thing. So what's my width? I look back over. Remember, this only pertains to those two. My depth will not be seen on my front view by any means. So that does not matter. So I go like that. 0.99. And my extension and dimension lines. So, there's my first one. Let's go to my top view. Take it and look at the top. I'm up here. So, I know that dimensions wise, I have 0.0 or 0.99. But I'm not going to see the height. I'm only going to see the width. I'm going to see the depth. What's my depth? Come over, and I see it. Extension lines, dimension lines, 0.0, so 1.00. The next thing is, remember there's a hole in this. There is a hole in this cube, and it's running through the center. But you're not going to be able to see it from the top. So what is that going to give you? It's going to give you your hidden lines. If I come down, got my front, and I spin it, and I look at the bottom view. Well, the bottom view of this is going to look exactly the same. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hidden lines, saying, hey, there is a hole that goes all the way through it. If I were to look at this, I'd be able to take the marker and throw it down it. Okay? So what's the dimensions? Well, the bottom is very much at the top. You're only going to be able to see two things. You're only going to be able to see the width and the depth. You won't see the height. So I already got my 0.99, very similar to my top. Extension dimension, 1.00. So now I'm going to take it. I'm going to spin it to the right. Now look over here. Remember, here's my right, this is my left. You're going to look at the print like that. So if this is my right, it's going to be like that. It's not going to show anything. It doesn't look like anything. But once again, there's a hole in there. So the hole will get hidden lines. Now, like we learned the other time, there's going to be two dimensions that are going to show off, that you're going to be able to see. But it's not going to be your width. You're going to be able to see your height, which we know is 1.01. Remember extension, dimension. And then we're going to be able to see our depth. How far it's actually going to be able to go back. Which is 1.0. If I were to take it, I go back to my front view, and I turn it. Now I'm at my left view. Left view is the same thing as the right view in this, correct? So, next thing I know, I have a hidden line. I need to know, hey, there's a hole here. It goes all the way through. I already know what my height is because this one's told me. And very much like over here, I have my next dimension. .00. The next thing is my back view. So taking it, turn it 90, I turn it 90 again. My back view and my front view are going to look exactly the same. And you make sure I have a circle there. What are the two dimensions that I'm going to learn from my back view? It's going to be my width, it's going to be my height. .99. And then what's my height? It's going to be 1.01. Now, there's one other thing that I have skipped, one other line. And it's very important. We're working with a hole, we're working with a circle. Every circle needs to have a center line. Come over here. And you make sure I add in my center line, okay? The next thing is you're working with a circle that is going through pieces. So they also get a center line. Put a line in, dash, press a line. Line, dash, line. Line, dash, line. Line, dash, line. If you look at your center, you see how you got the crosshairs in there, and you notice they follow along with the view. That's why they're like that.